What's up everyone, Saivo here. I had a bit of free time on my hands and I decided to play Blade and Soul just for a couple of days. Basically, I started about 5 days ago playing it. I got hooked right away. I'm not gonna tell you that straight from the get-go. I always wanted to try Blade and Soul because a couple of years back I was still playing Aeon and I saw that Blade and Soul is gonna be announced. Now I didn't think much of it because it doesn't have a healing class and it doesn't have a pure tanking class. So I didn't really think that I'm gonna be playing it hardcore. I am not playing it hardcore. I didn't quit Aeon or anything like that. I'm just giving it a try because I really wanted to try it. I always thought that every game, every MMORPG that NCSoft launches is a game that needs to be tried because NCSoft does really good games and really good decisions. And I'm an NCSoft fanboy. I told you that in my Wildstar videos. I told you that in my Aeon videos. So I just love them. Right, where do we start? Let's go from the beginning. I am level 39 and I think for the past 10 levels I haven't been losing a single game in arenas in PvP. So I don't know what's up with these people. Maybe maybe they're not so good or I don't know what's wrong with them. Anyway, it's a new game obviously in Europe and people need to learn their classes, need to learn the other classes then so they can know how to play. I'm playing a Kung Fu Master because my dear Lord, is it nice to play a Kung Fu Master. I I think I think playing a Kung Fu Master is the coolest thing I have ever done in any MMO I have played. Coolest thing ever. The moves, the combos, the skills, how it looks. I get goosebumps when I log into the game and I have only one character there, the Kung Fu Master, and he does he's a Gon, I think is this race, and he does that thing where he puts his fists down and he breathes out, just like preparing for. This is just awesome. Anyway, so speaking about PvP, since I'm doing PvP, it seems to me like obviously besides the awesomeness of being a Kung Fu master and having all the skills pop up, having all the combos, needing to be perfect in executing them, always blocking and stuff. So besides that, which is amazing, I love other classes as well. I have been playing some of my friends' chars. I have a force master a friend that's a force master, a friend that's a summoner. I've been playing both of those. Didn't like it at all, at all. Then again, I've always been into melee classes, not necessarily into casters or long range classes. So I have to say, coolest class I've tried so far. I'm gonna try a destroyer also. Doubt I'm gonna like it. I have been losing in arenas only versus summoners and one destroyer when I was really low level. I think it was 20. I was level 20 at that point. Those are the only times I lost. Summoners are kinda impossible for me to beat. I don't know what's wrong. I never like to blame imbalance. I always like to blame myself. So I'm gonna say that probably I'm not that good at all to play versus summoners, and I haven't figured them out yet. Maybe when you see a summoner, you need a different build compared to when you see one of these melee physical DPS classes, because I have block, I have evade, I'm a melee as well, I have blocks and combos and stuff. So maybe with ranged classes like summoners and FMs, then maybe I need to have a different build, because at the moment I haven't been even paying much attention to my PvP build. I play with my DPS PvE one in PvP, with a couple of changes to the remove I don't know how that's called, remove shock, remove CC thing. Anyway, that's how bad I am. I'm still winning. The thing is, PvP feels really, really awesome. It feels fluent, it feels balanced, it feels that everyone can beat everyone with a little bit of brain behind it, bit of skill, bit of dedication and passion. Um, the skills are really awesome. The way they change this action combat, and the fact that you can upgrade your skills and make them better, make them different, because sometimes when you upgrade a skill it turns into another skill. So that's awesome. the I can say two things that I really love about Blade and Soul. Number one, the fact that you can customize your skills, either by enhancing the current skills or by changing the current skills to other skills if that's the way you want to go. I love that. Customization and choice, hard choices, is one of the things I love the most in any game. I loved it in Wildstar, I loved it in Rift, and I didn't really like it in Aeon, for example. I didn't like it in Runes of Magic. The fact that you cannot customize your skills to your preference. So skill customization, that's the most important thing for me in an MMO, to tell you the whole truth. The second thing I love about Blade and Soul is the action combat. I just love the action combat, the animations and the combos. Absolutely brilliant. I never got bored doing quests, dungeons, nor PvP. Never. So that these are the two things I love the most. Also, it keeps you on your toes, especially in PvP. It keeps you right on your toes. Dungeons, I have done so far the level 20 dungeon and I have done the 36 dungeon. Very easy, both of them. I'm kind of disappointed in the easiness of the PvE. I have been doing them 6-man with randoms, 2-man with my friends, and 3-man with my friends. So all versions are really easy. 6-man is just a face wash, so that's doesn't even count. Other things that I like, graphics. It's a 3-year-old game. You have to keep that in mind. So the character graphics, they look awesome from a distance. They have amazing, amazing costumes and skins. But when you get a bit close up, it kind of reminds me of Aeon very much. Aeon got released 5 years and something ago. Blade and Soul got released 3 years, maybe 3 years and something ago. So really close in time span. The characters do look a little bit pixelated if you zoom in really much and if you really pay attention to details. Like for example, the characters look better in Guild Wars 2 than they do in Blade and Soul. I like the character model. They look, for example, in Aeon, they look kind of the same. In Wildstar, you cannot compare it because it's cartoony, but in Wildstar, it's really a polished cartoon vector type of thing. So, in any case, I cannot say anything about the graphics. The whole environment looks really good. The rocks kind of look pixelated sometimes. The terrain looks pixelated, like an older type of MMORPG. So, nothing surprising there. Um, Skins, really beautiful skins. What else? Monsters, really awesome looking creatures. From world bosses to regular mobs to quests. Quests are really easy to do, super, super simple. You just accept them and then you go do them. Yeah, really easy, really awesome to do. The loot is really rewarding in dungeons because at the moment you can sell stuff for quite a lot of money because people need to upgrade their gear and stuff. So, doing 2-man dungeons has helped me get, I think by now I have over 3 gold. So, and I'm not playing it that much. This is just a first impressions video, guys, remember. What else? Things I don't like. Let's talk about those as well. I don't like the fact that there's so much cutscenes that I'm just going absolutely mental. Too many cutscenes. Like I don't know. Maybe it's a lore thing. I don't give a shit about any story in any game, but I don't know. It's just so many escapes. I need to press NPCs when you give them a quest. They tell you so much bullshit. Holy shit. Cut it down. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, I can accept the quest finally. So that's one thing. Another thing I don't like is the time you need to take to enter a dungeon, for example. The loading screens. I think you need to go past 3 loading screens to actually be inside the dungeon. That's really much. That's really a lot of fucking loading screens. That's another thing I don't like because you need to let's say make a party and then go in the dungeon lobby. From the dungeon lobby, you need to select the dungeon and go inside the dungeon area, and then from inside the dungeon area, you need to go inside the portal of the dungeon. So that's a little bit too much. Obviously, I'm not complaining that it takes long, because it would take longer in World of Warcraft, Aeon, because you needed to make a party, you need to recruit people, you need to walk there to the entrance of the dungeon. So obviously it doesn't take as long as in traditional MMORPGs, but it does take long in terms of these fast queues MMOs, like Wildstar, for example. Wildstar is really simple. You press a button, find the group, get a pop, press accept, you're there. One loading screen. Yeah, so this has 3. That's why I'm saying it's a little bit too much. Another thing that I don't like, cutscenes, quests take too long to accept, loading screens. What else don't I like? I think everything else is peachy. Ah, wait, one more very important thing. Holy shit. What's with the British English in the translation, in the voiceovers? What the fuck? Because when I go to a Asian looking village and an Asian looking old man is telling me, "Can I help you, mate?" What, what do you mean, mate? What mate? In any case, I guess when they translated these kinds of parts, they were just like, whatever, fuck the immersion, right? It shouldn't be like that. First of all, it shouldn't be a British English that's used to translate the game, to do voiceover, sorry. It should be an American English because, what do you mean, mate? Oh, I'm a mate. Yo, mate, take a seat, mate. No, that's bad. It's just screws up the immersion completely. In any case, so American English, that's one of my complaints, has to be used instead of British English. Granted, half of the dialogue is in the American English, or maybe but Americans don't say mate, yeah, they say bro. So I would have been happier if that Chinese guy would have been, "Can I help you, bro?" I would have been like, okay, he's a cool dude. He's, just in the hood. He's gangster, so that's all fine. But mate, no, 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 no. That's very bad. That's the only three things I didn't like about the game so far. I'm level 39. The experience gain has been really, really awesome up until level 38 when I reached that place when I don't know how it's called. There is a camp where the world boss in that camp is a bear and then a wolf, and from the wolf you can get the roulette tokens as well. Uh, those essences. So that area there, I don't know why all of a sudden from 3,500 XP I get 900 XP for every quest in that area. So for some reason, I don't know, maybe it's a bug, or maybe they wanted to slow you down at 38. In any case, that area I didn't really understand why so few XP. Other areas really good. You get the quest, you get a lot of XP, you finish it fast, and if you play right, and you get to learn your class, you get skill points every level, you get some surveys once in 2 levels. Those are awesome. By the way, guys, props for the surveys. Really good things. You get repair hammers, you get those scrolls that you identify stuff with. So I really appreciate those because they are not so easy to encounter anyway. Another thing that I thought is really good is the world bosses. I think after this duel, when this guy's gonna actually kill himself, because mostly he's gonna just kill himself out of my blocks. I think I'm gonna be doing a world boss as well, so I can show you guys some PvE. In terms of PvE, since I haven't talked very much, dungeons are pretty easy. I've already said that. I'm a little bit disappointed that they are kind of a bit too easy, let's say. I've been doing them 2-man, 3-man when I was the appropriate level, or maybe 2 levels higher, right? Um, I thought that there would be a little bit more challenge in group content. I'm pretty sure that when I get to 45, I think there are that 4-man version of the dungeon. They're a bit harder, so I'm really looking forward to that. PvP, by the way, PvP, did I mention that I don't think PvP is rewarding enough? I mean, it is amazing to defeat another player, but I don't think that PvP rewards you enough with XP, for example. It gives you a minimal amount of XP. I do obviously all my dailies for PvP quests. I think I need to do 4 plus 1 to deliver, that's 5. So I do all of those, but it's the XP gain is pretty slim, and the rewards are not so good either. For one repair hammer a day to do PvP, then what's the point? Um, I think they should increase somehow the things that you get from PvP, because PvP is really fun and PvP is the whole point of this game, right? So I think they should definitely somehow give more rewards. I don't know, one repair hammer after every PvP and 2 if you win. I'm just saying, just something to make the people more interested in doing it. Obviously, it's really nice to do it because you polish your skills, you learn your class and stuff, learn to be, that's really good, but that takes self-motivation. Why not give us a repair hammer? What's a repair hammer? I can only use it to sell it for, I don't know, 1 silver, or to repair my weapon. That's pretty straightforward and not such a big reward, no game breaking. PvE, is really rewarding. I was at PvE. Dungeons are too easy, but I'm sure they're gonna be harder in time, and I'm sure the next ones that are gonna come are gonna be harder. I adore doing world bosses compared to Wildstar, for example, in which world bosses don't give you shit. These are really good. The rewards from world bosses are not as important as in Aeon, but a lot more important than in Wildstar. So it's really awesome to do them. Plus, you learn to evade, you learn to use your tanking spec, for example, in which you need to always be focused on dodging, be focused on blocking, using your chains, getting your chi back. The chi system, mwah, I love it, and I think it's really well balanced, at least for my class. I cannot speak about any other. And the open world is really nice as well. I was a little bit afraid when I started the game because someone told me it's instanced, because they have those portals in between maps, and that's considered an instance. It's not as instant as in Skyforge. With that's a piece of shit. So it feels pretty open world. You always meet a lot of people, you can make friends and such. The dungeon, when you enter the dungeon, yeah, you don't go manually there because you can go like this through the queue, but in any case, it feels really open. There is gear enchanting, there is weapon enchanting, which requires grind, something that Wildstar did not have, and it sucked. So this is good as well. And overall, I just had a blast, and I'm still having a blast. Cannot wait to get to 45. Other than that, guys, what can I say? If you are bored, if you are looking for an MMO, or if you're top notch in your current one and want to just start out a side project, try out Blade and Soul. I wish you guys lots of love. It's a really nice game. It's free to play. And see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe.